ultimate fanfare.
What's going on, world? Welcome to this week's episode of the PlayAction Podcast. We got boy Brandon right here. We got my dog Colin. What's up, bro?
Man, we're down to the last two divisions. The NFC South, NFC West. Both have their fair share of drama that we're going to talk about. And we're going to go through them team by team, break them down. What do we think, where they're going? Have they made the right moves in free agency? And, of course, what are their possible draft implications? And then I'm trying to figure out what we're going to do next week. There's a whole bunch of stuff coming out there. Now that we definitely got to talk about the NBA. The seasons are wrapping up. Teams are starting to change their seeding. Teams that didn't look like they were looking very good are starting to look a lot better. But anyway, back to what I was talking about, the NFC South, starting with your Atlanta Falcons. Well, you're a Ravens fan, but you're in Atlanta.
Yeah, I'm in Atlanta,
Exactly. They finished 8-9, which is going to be a trend, by the way. Key signing, Tua Tagovailoa. I think he's got a lot of talent out there in Atlanta. They've got Drake May, you've got Bijan Robinson, you've got Kyle Pitts. Tua's going to have a boatload of talent like he had in Miami, and he produced big numbers in Miami as well. I think he's going to do well if he can stay healthy. Do you think Michael Penix is finished?
Of course I don't think Michael Penix is finished, bro. Come on, this is still early to see his career. He finished. Get a dude a chance to come back and get healthy, okay, bro? I know. How would you say that about your fellow, your alumni, bro? How you gonna talk about your alumni like that, bro? Come on, huh?
You're right. I love Mr. Michael Penix.
Come on, exactly, bro. Come on, oh, come on. And Tua, what kind of faith do I have in Tua? I got negative faith in Tua, okay? Stay healthy. This dude still hasn't learned how to slide. Come on, bro. Like, I'm all for him getting paid, but I really personally feel like he need to retire, like legit. Like, bro, you got your money, you don't have to prove anything to us anymore, and we seen you get knocked out several times on the football field. It's not a good look, and for some odd reason, you still going head first, trying to get first downs. So I'm not really excited about this acquisition, and just like you said, they signed a bunch of other Jags, just another guys. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not ecstatic. And from what I've been hearing around the city, ain't nobody excited about this whole situation anyway. Because I'm not a big fan of the head coach. Because Fancy, the hater. The hater of my boy, so I'm not really, a big fan of this whole situation. So I'm not. It's kind of hands off right now.
I can't disagree with you about Tua Tagovailoa because he's had a very storied injury history. However, if he can stay healthy, I'm not one to tell someone they shouldn't work or they shouldn't try to, make their money by doing the job they love. But if he's healthy, he's gonna have a boatload of talent. And if he happens to become unhealthy, this would only benefit Michael Penix. As you were saying, he's a young guy. This is his second year. He's going to have a chance to, his third year, he's going to have a chance to relearn from a quarterback who has won a national championship. Let's not forget that. And who's had success in the NFL. So I think you're right. This is not the end of the road for Michael Penix. But at the same time, let's say Tua doesn't get hurt. I don't know if Atlanta's going to let go of him the way the Vikings let go of Sam Darnold, and we know how that went. They might want to keep Tua for the long haul. In that case, Penix might be done. We'll see coming up in the season. However, next team staying in the division, NFC South, our Tampa Bay Buccaneers, only because we love us some Baker Mayfield, also finished 8-9. What did they do in the offseason? I mean, we're going to talk notable things. They added linebacker Alex Anzalone, running back Kenneth Gainwell, I think is a pretty good third down back. And defensive tackle who I love, A'Shawn Robinson, he is just a huge load to deal with. But they lost two key pieces. One on defense, Lavonte David retired, and they lost Mike Evans to the 49ers. I think that is tragic. I don't know where the Bucs are going to go because you lose a Hall of Famer on defense and a future Hall of Famer on offense. Baker's got to be pretty upset.
Definitely got to be upset with losing my boy Mike Evans to the 49ers, bro. Come on, man. He's been a staple staple. Like his catch radius is ridiculous. And like, yeah, he got hurt last season, but come on, bro. This dude had, well, I think he set the record. What is the record for like 1,000-yard seasons in a row?
Yes.
He had like 13, 14, 15. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere up there. Yeah, like it was double digits. Oh, yeah, that's all I know. Yeah, I mean, it was crazy. So I don't like this move for the the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, because letting go of pretty much Baker Mayfield's like security blanket. Like if all else fails, throw it up for Evans. He gonna try to get it, and like
he's still one of the best 50-50 guys.
No, like he's one of those wide receivers where like he's almost a tight end, like body size wise. Like this dude is not, like DBs are like frustrated with him because he might run past you, and if you try to jump with him, it's like trying to go get a rebound against a bigger dude. Like you're just gonna get bumped out the way. So it's like you're gonna have to prepare yourself to, to hit him. It's not one of those guys you could just jump in the sky, you jump in the air, and hope for the best.
Yes, exactly. I agree 100%. I'm guessing they're going to address, obviously, offense and defense in the upcoming draft, but to replace a Lavonte David who's still playing at a high level and replace Mike Evans, as you said, with double digits, 1,000-yard seasons. Like you said, he's 6'5", he got a 40-inch vertical, so he's tall, got reach, long arms, jumps high, and he's got weight. It's going to be hard to win 50-50 against him. But you know what? We're going to have to see. They're going to do what they do. Another team, another 8-9, the Carolina Panthers. What did they do in the offseason? Let's look at it. They added linebacker Jalen Phillips, and they also added linebacker Devin Lloyd. They're both going to become starters for the Carolina Panthers. And they also added wide receiver John Mechie, a former Alabama receiver. He had a great season in Alabama. We're talking great season in Alabama.
Yeah.
Had a lot of injuries with Houston, who drafted him. So I think if he can get over the injury bug, he can be a big-time weapon because, don't forget, Bryce Young had a breakout season last year. Chuba Hubbard came and balled out, showed that he can be that lead back. They drafted Ted McMillan. I think he showed he can be a number one. You add John Mechie to a already decent offensive group. That line's coming together well. They have a chance to maybe do something special. I'm not saying special like win, their conference, but maybe at least be competitive in their division, which they haven't been in a while. I'm looking forward to Bryce Young to take that next step forward. What say you?
I mean, I'm most definitely. I mean, he did make the playoffs last year. I mean, the record's 8-9, but he made the playoffs.
They won the division, 8-9.
Yeah, and he didn't look bad in the playoffs. And it wasn't for like I'm not gonna bring it up because my boy, he didn't have he dropped that last pass. I'm not gonna bring my boy up like that, but they had a good showing in the playoffs. So I look for him to build on that. 8-9, be in the playoffs with a losing record. That's never really like a positive thing, but I mean, it is what it is. You won your division, so they deserve the spot if they win a division. So I get it, but they gonna have to still make some moves because I'm hoping that Bryce Young is gonna make strides and progress, but I don't see this as being like monumental moves. I mean, yeah, they had to shore up the defense. Yeah, that's cool. And they got a wide receiver, but like we just got to see what they do in the draft. But I don't see this being any groundbreaking moves. I mean, yeah, it gives somebody Bryce Young could be comfortable with. Speaking of that, because the fellow Alabama guys, the boys. But hey, that's one of those situations. Like, hey, my homeboy's out here. Can you get my homeboy? Me and him got a connection. So hopefully, this is that type of situation where they can develop some type of chemistry. Because, I mean, Bryce Young, he need, so he need to make the next step too. So, because 8-9 is still 8-9, regardless.
Agreed, 100%. And now that I'm concerned more about the defense because Derek Brown is a monster. We all know what he can do and wreck the inside of the game. They want to strip those edges, so they got Devin Lloyd and Jalen Phillips. My concern, though, is that you pay Jalen Phillips, 4 years, 120. He's never even had a season with double-digit sacks. Matter of fact, last year he played all 17 games, had 5 sacks. So his best season, I think, was his sophomore season where he had maybe 8.5 sacks, and it's a lot of money to commit to a guy who, one, is injury prone and has never produced at a high level that's worth that kind of money. So I wonder if that kind of contract's going to hurt them in the future as they continue to try to grow and expand with Bryce Young. And to the last team there in the NFC South, it is the New Orleans Saints. We were just talking about New Orleans offline. Completely different topic, though. But these Saints have a lot of promise, do they not? I mean, they were 6-11, yeah, but they got this quarterback, Tyler Shuck, and we'll talk about it in a minute. He's got a little bit of moxie, so they added Jacksonville Jags running back Travis Etienne, but he says it's pronounced Etienne, for 4 years, $52 million. A lot of money for a running back nowadays. They added guard David Edwards, 4 years, $45 million. And on the defense, a linebacker, Caden Ellis, who will also be a starter, 3 years for $33 million. Now, they've added these things for Tyler Shuck. They very well could add some more in the draft. I don't believe in the Saints still, even though they've added, Travis Etienne. You're going to lose Alvin Kamara. I don't know if that's an upgrade. They got to improve that line in front of Tyler Shuck for him to make some moves. Because, again, he's an older rookie. It's not like you're getting him at 21. He was 26 when he was drafted. That means he's 27 now.
Yeah.
What are we doing here, New Orleans?
Yeah, I really don't know what New Orleans is doing right now. Like, ever since, Drew Brees and Sean Payton left town, this organization has been in shambles. I don't understand what is going on. Because, Tyler, so he's all right, but... And ETN, I won't pronounce it ETN. That's all I know is ETN. Sorry, I got you, bro. I'll figure it out. But he's good, but he's not Alvin Kamara. Alvin Kamara was in his prime was one of the top 3 running backs in the NFL. So, I don't know where this organization is going. I have zero faith in this. 6-11. This looks like 6-11 type of moves. I'm not really, I don't really have too much faith in this quarterback, but we gonna see. And I mean, I know they got the linebacker. He hasn't really produced for McCaden. I don't know. Like I said, these are like to me just another guys, Jags as we like to call them. Hey. I'm cool with it, because my boy Baker Mayfield, this is another easy win for my boy Baker Mayfield. So, I'm cool with that.
He needs to take advantage of this, though. He needs to take advantage while everyone's sleeping because he's got that ability, but it's not going to be easy without our boy Mike Easy E. Evans.
Yeah, I know.
That guy, like you said, he was the guy. Baker's running for his life. Just throw it in his direction. Yeah. Evans is going to come down with it, and if he doesn't, no one else is coming down with it. That's one thing I did like about him. He made sure people weren't going to get picks on him. And if it was going to happen, it was very few and far in between. Switching divisions, my friend, which I think this could be... They're trying to venture to be the most competitive division. If the Cardinals can get it going, the NFC West could be maybe the most competitive division in the NFL. And I'm going to start off with our Super Bowl winning Seattle Seahawks, 14-3. They re-signed Rashid Shaheed, cornerback Josh Jones, and of course Jackson Smith and Jigba to a record contract. They also opted for the 5th-year option on their cornerback and star cornerback Devin Witherspoon. It seems like the Seahawks are ready to run it back with what they have, and I can't tell you that would be a wrong thing to do because their team was thoroughly dominant. Do you think the Seahawks need to do anything different, or do you think they're on the right path of just riding it out?
I think they're on the right path, but I definitely feel like they need another running back because they lost their Super Bowl MVP running back recently. So I'm just saying that's, to me, with former Seattle Seahawks teams, we already know our boy Marshawn Lynch, the running back, has been a staple. You got to have a good running back in the backfield. So the Seahawks teams that I know of, that's how they win Super Bowls. And that's how they should have won the second Super Bowl with Russell Wilson. I'm not going to talk about that. We passed that. We passed that now because I seen Beast Mode. He talked about that after this Super Bowl win. So shout out Seattle Seahawks. I got faith in them. They could draft somebody. So hey, it's just still early, but I feel like they need a running back. But I feel like I got faith in that they're gonna draft properly. So I have the utmost confidence in the Seahawks because, boy, they had a crystal ball when they got Sam Darnold because they was like, that's our boy. So hey, I can't say nothing bad about the Seahawks right now. These are excellent moves because by re-signing Jackson, I'm not going to try to murder his last name. I'm gonna need to say I'm gonna need to figure it out. But yeah, bro, that is that's their best player, hands down. So you gotta lock him up, take care of him, make sure he is good in the locker room, and the whole team knows that he's their best player. Like everybody on the team knows, like, hey, all right, bro, he taken care of. So we gonna, you know what I'm saying, we good. But like I said, losing the Super Bowl MVP, you lost the Super Bowl MVP. They're like, there can't be too much. That's experience. That's Hey, I'm just saying he proved himself on the biggest stage, and he left town. So that is a hole you have to fill, but we're gonna have to see what they do. It's a whole new season coming up.
Absolutely is, and yeah, Kenneth Walker III was obviously Super Bowl MVP, like you were saying. And I think the Seahawks feel like Zach Charbonnet is going to be able to carry the load, and they're probably going to add in a running back or two from the draft or free agency. I can see them going after Washington. They like that speed, fast guy. Washington fits that mold for sure. Who knows? But I think Seattle's going to be okay. Mike McDonald's a really good coach. He's going to figure it out. They're going to stay competitive. And the next team that's got to be worried because they kind of owned the Seahawks for a while was the San Francisco 49ers, 12-5. They had a quiet 12-5. Brock Purdy had a good season, and this offseason they decided to only give him more weapons. They got Mike Evans on a 3-year, $60 million deal, which I think is awesome. Let's get the defense strength. We're going to add Drake Greenlaw on a cheap deal, 1 year, $7.5 million deal, and then they trade also for defensive tackle Osa Odigizua from the Cowboys, I believe, for a third-round pick. I think that is – we're going to see how that is. Odigizua is a solid defensive tackle. We'll see if he works within San Francisco's scheme. And then finally, and the most important thing here is – they are actually finally working on a contract for star left tackle Trent Williams, who Brock Purdy, I'm sure, is saying, hey, look, I'll give him some of my money to bring him back. Because now you had Mike Evans. You need to bring back Trent Williams. Because you're going to need, Brock Purdy's going to need that time to get Mike Evans the ball down the field, which he does very, very well. Do you think the 49ers have a chance to actually threaten the Seahawks, or do you think they're not quite there yet?
I mean, definitely, I think they had a chance to threaten the Seahawks because, I mean, they went to the Super Bowl recently, too. I mean, they lost, but they went to there recently. Kittles. What injury did Kittles go out? Was it Achilles that he went down with? So. Was it something major? I was hoping it wasn't something like that because he going to take some time to come back. But, like, just those two guys running down the field with each other, Kittles and Evans, that's going to be a problem for defensive backs.
Oh, yeah.
A problem. Nobody's going to want to tackle those guys. So I like what the 49ers are doing. And if they get, like I said, they get Kittles back early enough, and with the additions of Mike Evans, hey, the 49ers look real good. They always look good out there. And like you just said, they quietly was 12-5. Quietly. So, like, hey, the 49ers, they have been consistently good the last couple years. They made a couple of Super Bowl appearances and lost, but it happens. Somebody got to win, somebody got to lose, but I feel like they always in contention, and that's a markings of a good franchise right now. Because 2026, it ain't too many. It's a bunch of franchises that I can name off that are got reputations for the other way around.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You mean like the Arizona Cardinals? Next team on the list had a very, very dominant 3-14. We're trying to figure what's going on with the Cardinals. Okay, they did add guard Isaac Suomalo, 3 years, $31 million. So they're trying to get their line together for a reason. Okay, they also added Kendrick Bourne, 2 years and $11.5 million. A decent deal for a player I think who's capable of outperforming that deal. The Sid signed a bunch of regular dudes, of course, really just to fill out the roster. They lost quarterback Kyler Murray. What are they up to? I'm thinking, do you think they're addressing the quarterback in the draft, or they're going to try to get somebody like a Kirk Cousins or what have you? What do you see the Arizona Cardinals going right now? Because they seem to be like they want to be better, but do they want to be better?
they need a quarterback. That's what they first and only, need. And I won't say only, but they first priority need to be in the draft. It's drafting a quarterback. And unfortunately, this is not one of those drafts that, besides the number one pick, man, those are like, this draft is real average on quarterbacks, to say the least. Because I haven't really seen any other standouts. And there's no knock to the other guys, but hey, bro, I don't really know a definitive number 2 quarterback, but they need one, and there are guys out there, and I'm pretty sure there are guys can sling. Some guys can sling it, and they need to do their research because it was time to let Kyler go, and my boy, what's the Braxton? Oh, what's the
Brissett?
Brissett, my bad. Jacoby Brissett. Yeah, he's from Palm Beach. And I know that's one of my boys, but he's not it. He is not the answer. I'm sorry.
No, he's a bridge.
Yeah, he's a bridge, definitely a bridge. But at the same time, they need a quarterback, and that it needs to be their main priority. Because I'm just happy Kyler's out of there, because Kyler held that organization hostage for a couple of years.
Yeah, but at the same time, shoot. Outside of Kurt Warner, when have they been successful? I think the Arizona Cardinals have held themselves hostage for decades, with a couple bright spots of hope. Where Kyler, his rookie year, I think the first 2 years they were pretty good. Kurt Warner.
That's it.
Kurt Warner.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did Carson Palmer go out there for a couple of years after he left
Arizona? Yes, he did. I think he played well out in Arizona as well. I think he played.
Yeah. I mean, that's
a Flacco
that's
type season.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's better than I could say for the Bears, the Browns, and the Jets.
Correct. And the 3 Dan Campbell Lions.
Yes. Pre Dan Campbell Lions. Yes. Because I mean, don't go. I wouldn't say that all that, because my boy Stafford, he was there. Stafford was there.
But they wasn't winning because they didn't help him out with a defense. He had no defense.
Yeah,
so there's only so much you could do.
Yeah. But what I'm saying, at least we knew who he was. I can't.
True. Facts.
The Browns have had so many quarterbacks. I can't even name you. Same thing with the Jets. The only prominent Jet quarterback I remember is Vinny Testaverde.
Oh, don't say it. Come on, don't disrespect.
Mark Sanchez. Mark Sanchez. Oh yeah, but hey. He will forever be known as butt fumble. Okay, so I don't want to hear Mark Sanchez.
Come on, man. I remember more for eating a hot dog on the sideline. Okay, I remember more.
Yeah,
what you do?
I remember.
Come on now.
I remember butt fumble. Okay, I remember butt fumble.
But I'm trying to be respectful here. Okay, I'm trying to be respectful. I'm not good at it.
Hey,
my best.
Hot dog on the sideline. Hey, bro, hungry, bro. My boy Marshawn Lynch was eating Skittles on the sidelines. So I can't really say too much about that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a good point. But hey, that's Marshall. Marshall can do whatever he wants. Man, Marshall can do whatever he want to do.
Marshall,
you let him do.
Yeah, of course. You heard the story. He was taking a shot, maybe a shot and a half of Hennessy before every game.
Because sometimes you know you're gonna get got.
Yeah,
he's gonna get his more than he's gonna get.
You got loosen up a little bit. You got loosen up a little bit.
And that's why we don't mind. Okay, so Mark, you're not allowed to have hot dogs on the sideline. Anyway, I saved the last, to me, is the most fun team to talk about because, one, they got a crazy, charismatic, and brilliant head coach. They've got a great quarterback. They've got great weapons on offense. They got great weapons on defense. They were so close to going to the Super Bowl last year. They obviously didn't. The best team won. But now these Rams, 12-5, they added Jalen Watson. They added Trent McDuffie, both from the Kansas City Chiefs, only weakening them further, strengthening really the only defensive weakness that the Rams had. They re-signed safety Cam Curl, which I think was really important. And so I think they shored up the defense. Offense is going to be okay. You still got Devontae Adams. You still got, I was about to say Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua. Okay, Matt Stafford,
Yeah.
a beast, right? They're kind of already set on their offense. Their defense is now secure with their secondary, especially. I don't know. I feel really good about these Rams. I think they're going to be taking the next step for sure. They're going to the Super Bowl this year. I'm calling it right now.
I mean, I definitely hope so, because but I'm gonna be honest with you. To me, it all depends on if Matt Stafford comes back. Because
He's coming back. He's coming back.
bro,
I'm gonna call him after the show to ensure it. Okay.
I'm just saying, because you remember last off season, it was some questions if he was coming back last off season. I mean, dude, I think his back. You know, you throwing the ball. He was, hey, I think he believes he's gonna be 37 this year coming up.
Man, 37 is the new 22. Okay. It's the new 22.
I feel you. I mean, Matt Stafford has a cannon of an arm. He always one of those like Brett Favre, throwback type quarterbacks. That's like gunslinger.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I respect Matt Stafford. And, I'm always gonna be a Matt Stafford fan. Ever since he played with my boy Megatron back in the day. So so hey, he definitely has the arm talent, and he definitely has the talent around him. So I have the utmost faith that the Rams are going to have a good season, and we got to see how the cards fall in the postseason, because like you just said, they was right there, NFC Championship game, so close, but they didn't get it done. Seahawks, they made it happen, and the Seahawks are playing again this year, and they gonna have that. They have been the quietest Super Bowl champions I have ever seen. I haven't seen none of these guys on any other commercials or like talking trash or nothing. Like nobody's, interviewing these guys, and nobody's had any sound bites. Like this has been the quietest offseason from Super Bowl champions I have heard from in a long time.
I think because Seattle won they didn't think they were going to win another one ever. After they lost Russell Wilson left, they thought they were never going to win another Super Bowl. And after they won that other one, now mind you, I used to live in Washington, right outside Seattle. And I'm telling you right now, when I've been to Seattle games before they won the Super Bowl, and that stadium was almost half empty. Okay, it was half empty.
Oh, okay.
With Matt Hasselbeck and also.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, back in the, and so. They weren't big fans then. You win a Super Bowl, now everyone, man, it's covered in green and gray and blue, and I mean, you think they had won 10 Super Bowls. Now they went through a little era of just mediocreness. It's like, you know what, we're never going to win another one again. We had a chance to win back-to-back, decided not to hand it off to Marshawn, and then all of a sudden, you get Sam Darnold, okay, Mike McDonald as your coach, who I don't think anyone thought he's going to lead a team to a Super Bowl this fast. Okay, at all. And they went from being we'll see what they do to, this is repeatable. Yeah. This is repeatable. And that's why I say this NFC West Conference will be the most competitive conference for a long time, because even though, Matt Stafford, he's later in age, if Sean McVay continues to coach, he's going to make sure he brings in a quarterback, because he already knew what he had. He had Goff. Yeah. Goff was good. He realized, no, I need Stafford. I'm going to create with 2 firsts and Goff, who was a first overall for Matt Stafford. Get him, and I win a Super Bowl that year, and I think they're going to win it again. And so I think with the way Sean McVay coaches, if the Cardinals can get their act together, which is not going to be this year because you're going to draft Ty Simpson, and Ty Simpson's going to be okay, but he's not going to change your whole culture, right? But next year, we've seen the Cardinals draft back-to-back first-round picks. Okay, we see him draft Josh Rosen at 10th, and the following year draft Kyler Murray. So you can draft Simpson this year and draft whoever you want next year when you end up being 3-14 again, because the Raiders are not going to be down there with you. And the Cardinals are probably going to have the first overall pick, and that's going to make them a competitive freaking team. And I'm going to get off my soapbox right now because I need to stop getting off my soapbox. I need to get off my soapbox.
And I would say Arch Manning's gonna go out there, but you know, ain't no way his granddaddy gonna let him go out there to the Cardinals. There's no way possible Archie's gonna let little Arch go out to the Cardinals. But yes, this is potentially be the most competitive division because the Cardinals is their only weak link. Everybody else, they balling. Everybody else, they balling. You know what I'm saying? So this is all respectable teams, and to be honest, it's crazy. But the Seahawks used to be like the afterthought because it was like, oh yeah, Russell left, okay, this that, and they're like, oh no, we the big dogs now. We Super Bowl champions now. It was like, oh, okay, that's how it is now. But hey, I appreciate everybody tuning in to this episode of the PlayAction Podcast. It's been a great show and a bunch of engagement. I appreciate everybody tapping in. We'll see y'all again next week. Same time, same everything. Holla at y'all. See y'all again. Peace.
Welcome to the show where the game comes alive. Breaking down the plays, we keep the spirit high. From the field to the mic with passion and flair. It's the PlayAction Podcast, your ultimate fanfare. It's all to more fanfare.